Hello everyone, my name is Tori Hober, and I kind of wanted to talk about how the neuron works and basically what it is. So, how the neuron fires is all about electricity, and that electricity moving through the neuron is kind of how the message or what it wants to communicate is traveling. Neurons are the building blocks of the brain and spinal cord, forming the body's communication networks, like how it communicates or like how it passes important messages. They send information through an electrochemical process connecting different areas of the brain to kind of work together to really get those messages through where they need to go. And when neurons communicate repeatedly, they form networks and pathways that allow us to think and move and just kind of do our day-to-day things. And if you think about it, it's really cool actually how fast these messages travel, because when I think something, like I want to move my hand, like I'm moving it while I'm talking, that's a neuron in action. And it's really interesting that all it takes is like a split second for my brain to decide it wants to do that, and then it makes it happen. But you can imagine neurons kind of like a busy, well-connected group. And in this group, members are constantly sharing news and updates about what needs to happen in the body. And this kind of shapes how those messages act and interact. And then similarly, neurons gather and share information, helping the brain decide what is going on in this moment and what should I do as a response to that. But each neuron has 4 key parts as learned in the textbook. It has dendrites, the cell body, axon, and the synapse. The dendrites are the branch-like structures that collect information from other neurons, and they can grow these tiny little branches to help store sensory memories. The cell body, otherwise called the soma, is kind of like a control center that processes all the information and makes the decisions for us. The axon is the long pathway that carries the messages away from the cell body to get them to where they need to go to that next step. And then the synapse is the connection point where the messages are sent to other neurons using electrical signals, again, all about electricity, and chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. Neurons kind of, like what humans do when they talk to each other, it's kind of the same with a neuron. They talk in this coded language of electric signals and chemical signals, allowing our brain to kind of do what it needs to do and adapt to new situations as we go into them.